G'day folks, welcome back to another stream. Hope everyone's well. Welcome to TV First Cabin the Rake. How you going? And Ratfings also. Morning for you, evening for me. That has fallen off the thing. Fix that thing, there we go. Stay. Alright. Cool, so we're going to do something a bit different tonight. We haven't done a purely sort of logic puzzle stream in quite a while, I would say. So that's what we're going to do tonight. So we'll start off with a few tried things, which we've done before, and then I've got a bunch of pencil puzzle, logic puzzles, if you like, set up. We'll see how we go with that. Right, so this is tried. How does this work? Here are the rules. There we go. I think I prepared earlier. So for those of you who haven't played before or don't quite remember. So we're looking at distinct features, right? Either color, number, shading, or shape. And there's examples there of things that we want that will work and things that won't work. So the valid triads 1, 2, and 3 all are correct because of those things that are all identical or distinct. Whereas, say, number 1's not right because the red and blue are the middle and the right ones. They both have the same type of shading. Valid triad number 2, lots of red. And number 3 is invalid for a couple of reasons. Because there's 2 greens and there's only 2 shapes. So those don't work, but the others do. Cool. So let's have a go at these. These are ones from earlier. It's updated every hour, but so this was loaded at like 5 p.m. or something, 4 p.m. So here we go. We need 4 of these. And away we go. So just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If you want to shout out things you see. Hey Dragon, welcome. How are you? Good to see you in the chat. So we want this, this, and this, right? Because they're all the same in color, obviously. There's different numbers of them, 1, 2, and 3, different shading, and the different shapes. They are indeed. Yep. 1, 2, 3. Oh, the green hollow triangles, yes. Yes. Sorry, I click 1, 2, 3, and then I read green hollow triangles, which is these ones, yes. Okay. Now we need 2 more. Right, so there's 4. So these, right, which is just like the triangles, except it's different shapes and the same number of them, rather than the same shape and different numbers. And we need 1 more. Haven't used this circle for what it's worth. This one, and this one. Right, this one. So the shading, right? Because these 2 are both hollow, these 2. Yeah, so we need to then put this somehow, which doesn't quite work, right? There's no 2 circles. We haven't used this one, as I said. Now, that may or may not matter. It may or may not, you know, be a thing to use, to look at using. This is the only one of this shading. So this one we already have, right? 3, 5, 9 we already have. What's the last one? So what's the opposite of that? 3 triangle. One circle. This is close. This one. This one. This one. Ah, right. Nice. Which is basically a mishmash of these two. Right? This one and this one. Very good. Beautiful. Alright. So, yeah, we've got basics and advanced. So let's go basic 2. So now we've got different colours. So blue. These are red and the rest are green. So now 4 more. And for example, we need it's not going to be the squares. There's no solid triangle. That one's 1. The 2 striped triangles is 1. Very good. Yep. This one. Ooh. Hollow. Hollow. Striped. No. Full. That. Oh, that one we found. Right. What's the opposite one to that? This one. This one, and then red circles. No. This one. Ah, the greens. Nice. Beautiful. And then this one, and this one. Right? Oh, yeah. Doesn't work with the shading, right? These two are the same shading. So you need a solid one out of these. It's not going to be the squares. Don't have a striped square. There's no blue circles. There's no red circles. And there's no full triangles. Haven't used this one yet. And there's no hollow blue shapes. Right, if there was hollow blue triangles or hollow blue circles, that would work. Can we eliminate something as not working? There's no full triangles. This one we found, right? And this is pretty typical, right? You find the first couple and then you get stuck on the last one. There's no striped squares. Ooh. This one. Oh, there were 2 green ones like that. Nicely done. The squares were the same, but the shading was flipped on their shapes. Really good. Wow, clever. Nice one. Very good. All right. Now, advanced is a bit trickier, as the name implies. Now we have 6 triads and 12 tiles to choose from. And we got these 2 are green. These 3 are blue. Colorblind folks. And in fact, they are a triad. I can see that straight away. And all these are red. The shading's tricky, right? This is obviously filled and this is not. But this one is a bit tricky. 3 red circles. Yes, these ones are all thing. Great. And now, see, like this situation works, right? Different shapes, different numbers, different colors, different shading. They're all distinct. Got this, this, and this, right? All the red ones. Yep, exactly right. This one, and this one. Nice. So this one is very similar to this one, right? Again, you're just flipping the shape that has the 1 shading and the 3 hollows. And we got one more. Done really well on this one. The triangles? No, because of the shading. Right, these 2 don't have the different shadings between them. This one. This is 2 blue. If we got a 3 hollow or a 3 full. These ones. Nice, the triangles. Right? Because there's different shading, different numbers. This one. And this one. You're saying these ones? Oh, hang on. No. These 2 and... No. So this one? Column 4. You mean column 3? This one? This one? Do you mean this one? They're both red though, right? So that wouldn't work. But cool, we smashed that out. That was good. Yeah, 2 are red. Yeah. All right. And now this one. So we've got these 2 are green. Again, for colorblind folks. These 3 and this one are blue. And the rest are red. 3 blue squares. 1, 2, 3. Yep. Same shading. This one. No. This one. Well, the 3 full red ones, right? And then it's going to be... Oh, no, hang on, the shading. Which is the one that has the hollow? This. No, this. Oh, no. This one. This one. And this one. Yes, that's the one I was looking for. Yep. I was using these, but that wasn't quite right. Okay. We don't have 3 blue circles. We don't have 3 blue triangles. We don't have 1 or 3 green squares. We don't have 1 triangle. So like this wouldn't work. Or conversely, this would work if there was a hollow triangle that's green. Who's on first? This one, and this one. Nice. Yep. So similar to this one, but the colors are different, right? There's no two circles. There's no... There's no one red triangle. There's no two red circles for this. These ones, right? Using the green circles. Yeah, exactly right. Dragon beat me to it, I reckon, with the time delay in the chat. And that leaves one more. So this would work if there was a 3 square that was striped. There's not. This would work if there was a 2 red circles that were hollow. This would work if there was 3 blue triangles that were hollow. This one, I need blue triangles, no. This one, you need red triangles that are striped, which we've done that one. This one, this one, this one. That's close. Well, so they're both red and these are both striped. If we had a blue, no. I don't have one green square. Haven't used this one yet. Again, it may be impossible, but it's a thing to think about. And that's why. So it's the different colors and the different shapes and the shading was combined with that one. Nice. Okay. Very cool. Oh, it's a bit tricky, right, to get those? A bit tricky. So let's update it. Yes, I'm human. Thank you, computer. And it's updated, yeah, every hour. So you can do this many times a day. Yeah, I think it's interesting that we smash out the first few, right? Like this one. And this, no. But, you know, like we get a couple and then it's like, oh, what's that last one? No, hang on. This one, right? Different squares. And again, red and these two are blue, colorblind folks. These are all green. Half-filled squares green. Yes, perfect. 1, 2, 3. But the shading, right? Set. Hey, Brad, welcome. How are you going? I mean, it's a fun game, right? It's perception, it's cognitive, like it's all of it, right? And one more. Haven't used this one yet. And that green one, right? So that's easy enough. Cool. Hey, who likes red? These are all red. Ha! Okay, we'll start with the 3 single red that are different shapes and different shading. Then 2, 1, 2, no. The triangles don't work. Oh, there's a combination here, right? No? That's a combination, though. There's no one red triangle that's hollow. There's no red triangles at 3 hollow, so that won't work. Nice. That diagonal, great. And one more. And there's no 2 squares that are striped. This diagonal doesn't work. So we can ignore color, right? Color we can ignore. There's no 2 hollow red squares. Haven't used this one yet. There's no 2 hollow red striped red circles. There's no 1 hollow circle. There's no 3 hollow circles. Haven't used this one yet either. And that's 1. Yeah. So again, the different numbers and the different shading and shapes. So similar to this one, right? So these have the same square. These flip the shape for 2 and 3, and then vice versa. Okay. 6 more. We've got 3 blue ones here. 3 green ones here. And the rest are red. Away we go. These ones are triad. The single triangles are different colors and shadings are triad. That's 2. I see another one, right? Yeah, I think TV's got the one that I've got. Oh, no, different one. Oh, interesting. The color, right? The triangle's the one I spotted. Radfix is looking at this one, and this one. Yes. Yeah, that's the one I found the triangles. So you can see the ones we found on this side, right? Yeah. Yeah. And then this one, right? Because they're different colors, different shapes, different shading. Yeah, you had this one, and this one. Just check, was it? Oh, this one. Hang on. Sorry, I clicked the wrong one, I think. This one and this one. Yes, correct. Sorry, I clicked the wrong one. My bad. And one more. Is there any shape we haven't yet used? We haven't yet used this circle. And there you go. It's amazing, isn't it? More often than not, I find the one that we haven't used and it's just there. It's brilliant. Okay. Last one. So we've got 3 reds here. And then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 blues. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then these are all green. Blue circles. Love it. Easy. And we need... Ooh. Hollow, stripe, full. The circle? Oh no. What's the one that has the... This one. I need a hollow blue. Or I need a hollow green. No, full green. No. Alright. TV's got this one. This one. This one. This one. Oh, this one. Sorry. If I actually click the right cell, that would help a lot. And Redfix had the same one. So you can fight amongst yourselves in the chat who got that first. It's not me. I can tell you that much. Scanning. Oh, the reds are just a try it, aren't they? Hilarious. I missed that. It's just a gimme. Okay, there's no three full blue triangles. There's no 3 hollow green circles. This one, this one, and this one. Nice. Wow, 3 of them use the red squares. It's amazing. This one, right? Different colors, different shapes, same shading. One more. Now again, this one hasn't been used. So does that matter? It's not going to form part of a trio of green because there's no single green. There's no 2 red, so it's not going to form with this one. There's no 1 red, it's not going to form with this one. There's no 2 red squares, not going to form with this one. There's no 1 striped green square. Not sure if this one's actually used in this one. There's no 1 triangle. Ooh, TV has this one, and this one. Ooh. The shapes, right? If one of those was a triangle, we're doing business. Close, though. It's good, right? Using the one we haven't used yet, which, as we've seen already a few times tonight, has worked. So this one we found. Okay. This is close to a triad. These 3. Ooh, this one, and this one. Ah, nice, beautiful. Yeah, very good. Cool, amazing. That was good. Did really well there with those advanced ones at the end. Alrighty, so let's move on. Let's do a little bit of resizing here. Let's see. Let's see. Bigger. There we go. That should be fine for now. So let's get a new puzzle. Cool. So this is tense. Now, I've said this before on this website. I'll say it again. You can do this all day because there's 10 million and something puzzles. It's just randomly generated. And for computer-generated puzzles, they're actually pretty good. I will say for this website. The idea is that we have to put a tent to every tree. Never vertically, or diagonally, always orthogonal, so here or here. The number tells you how many tents there are, so we can grey those out. There's no tents in those columns. One in this row, one in this row. And tents can never touch each other, not even diagonally. So it's like Star Battle for tents. So there's coordinates there. Feel free to shout out ones that you see. This is easy just to warm up. And we can automatically rule out this cell, for example, because it can't, touch a tree orthogonally. Nor this one, nor this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one, right? One turn per tree, correct. And you can sort of block it off like that, yeah. All right. So T is looking at column 3. So you need 2 here. Yes. So this one, right? This tree here. It's not going here because of the 0 clue. It's not going next door because of this one. And not going here. So it has to be here. Which means we can kind of block that off. Which means this one only has 1 cell. So that's done. That's done. We need a second in this column. That's done. Here there's only 1 left. We need 2 in this row. That's there. This one has its 1 for the column. Now that has 2. This has 1, and that one's done. And we're done. Now that didn't take us very long, but it's a warm-up, right? So you get the idea. Yeah? So we'll do one more just as a warm-up. Cool. So 11 million, whatever. I'm going to do this. And I will say there's a bunch of choices here, right? So like auto-submit when it's done, highlight errors, etc. So, yeah. So feel free to shout out what column, row, cell you think is a good starting point. I see a reasonable start. Yeah. And again, we can, make it easy on ourselves by blocking out a bunch of cells that can't work. Like none of these can work. None of these can work, right? They're not orthogonally adjacent to a thing. E2. Yep. So you need 1 in this column. There's only 1 cell left. And automatically we get rid of a couple of these. That's done. We need 2 in column F. Can only be here and here. Now, let's see. Where is it paired? This one is going to take one of them. Which one's it going to take is the question. We may not have to worry about that. Because well, we know this, right? This is easy. This one here is easy, right? We need 1 here, yeah? So that rules out, that finishes row 3 and column 3. Now here needs a second one, so that's going to pair here. So that's done. This one now is paired here, so that's done. And now we go here and we're done. And so that's the solution. Oh boy. Beautiful. So that's cool, right? So now let's do a hard one. All right, 5 million, whatever. Notice there are no zeros now, so it's a little bit harder. So in this case, the excellent starting point is to do this. This is immensely helpful in these puzzles. And I think every other cell touches a tree orthogonally. Okay, so now we can see our options a bit more closely. See. Yes. Okay. So I can see this is going to be problematic, right? And it tells us we've got a problem with this one clue. We can't satisfy this tree here, right? So that can't be a tent. Hey, Carl. Welcome. How are you? D5 is not a tent. Yeah, because it breaks here. Yeah? Because we can no longer place one in row 4, and it tells us in red, right? So that's not one. Therefore, this is the tent for row 5, which is paired with this one. And this column is now satisfied, leaving us with only 2 spots for this tent. But more importantly, this row needs one, which is here. Nice. And now we've only got 1 spot here. So now this one has a pairing. Done. This row needs 1. This now needs its pair here. That's done, that's done. And this one needs 1 here, and then 1 there. Done. Nice, right? 1 simple deduction, bang, it falls apart. 2 minutes. Cool. Let's go up. This is 8 squared. New puzzle. So, slightly bigger grid, but we have a couple of zeros to start. And we have a 3 clue here. So who wants to jump in with a suggestion as to where to look? Now, again, we can do the whole, this one's not 1, this one's not 1. But in the easy puzzles, we have a starting point that's easier than that. TV says H4. Yep, this tree needs a tent. It's not here or here, so it must be here. Okay. Now, this cell breaks this tree, so that's not 1. But we don't need to go that far, I wouldn't have thought, in this puzzle. B7 not. Yep, again, the same thing, it breaks this cell. 10. D8. Yes, so this one, just like here, can't be here because of the column. Can't be next door to this tree, so it's here. Which means that's the thing. And now this one only has 1 cell, so it's here. That row's done. Yeah. But, I mean, D8 was referring to this tree, right? So it's one and the same. But, yeah, the tent location is probably where we want to go. Down to 1 for this column. Well, this clearly can't be a tent. TV's in with B6. Yep, same thing, just like these two. This one. It's paired here. Cal and Ratfig say E7. Here, yep, again, forced here. This row is done with 1. This row needs 1, 2. Done. This column E is done with 1, which forces the tent of this one to be here. Finishing this row. This column now needs 2. This row is done. This tree only has 1 spot for this tent. Done. Column A needs 2. This needs 3, and we're done. Right? Easy. 2 minutes. So, nice, easy one, right? Let's ramp up. And new puzzle. This is a hard. Okay. And we've got 1, 0, which is friendly. Okay. Now, in this case, I think it's useful, as I said, to do this stuff. This just helps us visualize a bit more what's going on. I think that's all of them. Okay. And this one. Okay. E7. No? Oh, that was from before. Sorry. Can we do the exclude? Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, okay. I'm allowing it, but you'll see why. That's hilarious. Right. I'll look at TV's comment first because that was first. G3 is tent. G3 is tent by row 1, 3 sums. So we need 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we need a 5th tent, but there's only 4 trees in these cells, so this one has to have one there. Nice spot. Love it. Which finishes this row. Very good. Carl's looking at what trees can take the 5 tents. Yes, same thing. Perfect. So that's an excellent starting point. You're both on it. So there's not one here. This one, right? This absolutely needs its thing here, which means this one needs it here. Okay. So one more in this row. It's not going to be here now because this one doesn't need one. And now these two break column D, right? You can see it's in red. So that's no good. And FH1. Yep. Easy. And now row 4. Look at this. It only has one cell left for the 1. So that's done, which pairs with this one. So now this one can't be a tent. In fact, this is just done. Column E, for the same reason, needs this one. And now this can no longer be a tent because these are paired. When I get the right click, and now that one. Good. That's done. And now this cell breaks this one, which means this tree here needs this one. This is done. Yep, and now this one needs its 3rd one here, so column C is done, as is row 1. Yep, column C, I gotcha. Yep. And column D needs a 2nd here. Row 8 needs a 3rd here. This one needs 1. This one needs 1. 4 minutes and done. Beautiful. So let's finish off with a couple of 10 squares. All right. I'll just zoom out a little, just because it's a little bit big. Oh. If I go down the page, that would help. And then I'll do it this way. Yeah, that's good enough. That'll do. Fantastic. Yeah, so this is great. I'll pop in this one now. That will take you to the website, and it's just basically puzzle dash insert logic puzzle. And like, look at all the puzzles, right? You can't see the whole screen because I've got a thing, but there's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, nearly 40 puzzles. Lots of familiar ones. Right, if you like loop and shading puzzles, this is your go-to. There's Minesweeper, chess puzzles, all sorts of stuff. It's amazing. It's good stuff. Okay, so 10 squared, easy. So we have a couple of zeros. And notice we have a 5, we have 4, so... Oh, I just also want to say, if you want to do a massive puzzle, like there you go. This is the special monthly. The special puzzles are ridiculous, right? So you can see there's a 10 here. So that's row 30 and it goes to column AD. Like it's just stupid. Right? If you want to go... Yeah, so it's ridiculous. So you could do this all day if you wanted to. Right. Back we go. Yeah, I think I'd see the place to start here. At least one place. This is right. You need 5, right? 1, 2, 3, and you need 2 more, which must be these 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those are paired. Those are paired. Those are paired. Those are paired. And those are paired. That's done. This is a 3. This is a 4. This is a 3, a 2, and a 2. Okay. Now this breaks this one here. So that's no good. This breaks this one here. This is clearly not one. B6. Yep. So orthogonally can't be left or down because of the tree. Can't be here because of the row clue. So it's here, which means that's not a thing. We have the 1 in this column. Tick. And now this one is obviously not paired next door, so it must go this way. Cool. Column D is done. Now this one above is here. Finishing this. Table's looking at A7. Yep, it says on the edge, so it's forced now. And now this one goes next door. Yep, perfect. We need 1 more in this column. It's here. That's done. This one is not next to a tree, but we need a 3rd one here, so that's there. Done. Row's done. And now this one is not going to be in any of those 3 cells, so it's here. This row is done. This column with a 3rd tent here is now done. This is not next to a tree, so for column F, it's here. And now this one is going to be here. That G's done, F's done. Only 2 cells left here. Those have partners. Column done. Row done. This one's done. This one needs a 2nd one. And we're done in 4 minutes. Nearly 5 minutes. Nice. So, let's do the last tens puzzle. This is a 10 by 10 hard. Puzzle 2 million whatever. And we have a couple of zeros. Here, and here. Okay, again, I'm going to very carefully do some blocking off here. This will help us work out what's going on. Okay, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. All right, Graphic says row 1 is forced. Well, I agree, this one certainly is. So we got one easy one there, right? This one could be here. This one could be in either spot. This one could be either spot. This one could be the spot. Can we exclude something? E5, E7 not tensed by column D. Oh, nice, because you only have room for one left in this column now. And same thing here. So not tense, not tense. That leaves only 3 cells here for this row. This one's paired here. Ooh. Not sure if it's this way or this way. But they are definitely all those 3 there. However, column B only has 2 spots left to make up the 3. This one's definitely there and definitely there. D6, yep. It can't be any of those, so it's here. Which forces this one to finish that row. And A3, yep, we do need a second one in this column, which is paired here. That's done. Only 2 cells left here. This one is going to be paired there. This one's going to be paired there. That's done. Beautiful. 1, 2, 3 left for this column. That's there, that's there. This one is here, because it can't be any of those. So therefore this tree is going to have a tent here. And the last one for row 1 is there, which is paired here. And so this one goes down. This one goes here. That's done. Column's done. Only one left in this row. And so now we know the ordering, right? 4 here, done. This one needs 1. And we're done in 3.5 minutes. Just more. And that's tense. Now, as I said, you know, if you want to do, there's a special daily, weekly, and monthly, right? So the daily is yay big. And then the weekly is a little bigger. And the monthly we've seen. So that's every day, week, and month, right? And we can do also 15 squared, but yeah, I think you get the idea. Cool. So let's do the next one, which is light up, or Akari, which people may have heard of. So this is a lot of fun. The idea is we have to put light bulbs in the grid to light up every cell. Light bulbs cannot see each other orthogonally. Diagonally is okay. And the number tells you how many light bulbs there are. So these cannot be, because it says 0, so we X all of these. This 3 means there's 3, and there's only 3 spots. Right, if we tried to put it here, we'd only have room for 1. Okay. And you can start to see how, you know, we look at different clues. Now this 2 becomes immediately obvious, right? Can't be next to these ones, so it's here and here. This one's satisfied, so that's not 1. And the important thing to remember is that every cell must be illuminated. So these can't have light bulbs, but they must be illuminated. So you have to sort of ask yourself, where can a light bulb go in order to illuminate a cell? Like, for example, how this cell is ever going to get illuminated? By one of these 3 being a light bulb. This one's easy enough. And so this is a perfect example. How is this cell ever going to get illuminated? We can't put a light bulb here, so it has to be here. And how is this cell ever going to get illuminated? It has to be here. And that solves the puzzle. 1 minute something. Yep. So let's do another warm-up. Cool. 0 can't have any. Okay, it's a little trickier because there's no 3s or 4s. But there's definitely a few places to look at. Row 3, column 1. Yeah, well, for example, if we put it here, it's going to break this 2 clue. Yes. Done. Yep. So here, I think is what TV's saying. And this one. Right, so how is this cell ever getting eliminated? It's isolated from the rest of the grid, so it has to be it, much like this one. Okay, now this cell doesn't see this light bulb, for example, so it's blocked off. Same thing here, right? And so this needs another one, it goes here. This needs another one, it goes here. This one is satisfied, so it's not here. This 2 needs another one, so it's here. And now this cell becomes obvious, right? So it has to be here, and here, and we're done. Right? Easy. Yep, B1's done. Cool. So let's now do a normal. So this is the next step up. Puzzle 8 million, whatever. I'll do the easy stuff. Cool. No isolated squares. But there are a few little tricks, as you'll see, that we will have to use for the harder puzzles. Like, for example, can this ever be a light or this one? The answer is no, because it kills the 2. So these are X's. Same thing here, that can't be, because it only leaves one spot for 2. And same thing here. And so that only leaves 2 cells for this 2 clue. How is this cell ever going to get illuminated? Has to be a light bulb there. Cool. Now, you know, if you're sort of stuck, it's like, am I doing well? Yeah. So far, so good. 6 to go, right? So you can kind of cheat a little bit, but you know, we can just proceed as if we're confident we know what's going on. Yep. That 2 is just done. And as is this one. Yep. Which means this one's satisfied. Right. So we can't have one there. And now this cell again can't be illuminated any other way other than has to have one. Same thing here. And now this is going to break because then this cell cannot be lit up. So that's not one. And how's this cell ever going to get illuminated? By 1 here, and we're done. Right. So that's not too bad. Let's now do a hard puzzle. I'm going to start with the 3 in the corner. And this one, and this one, and this one. Right? That's just easy stuff. This one, oh, you want either. Okay. And then we reach this position pretty quickly. And now it's a little trickier. Sometimes you have to find just the right cell now to keep going. Let's have a look. D2 and 4. It's by E3. Yes. So it would kill this 2, right? Yep, the E3 clue. B4. By column. Oh, very good. Yeah, because it blocks off both of these. That's really cool. And see, with the harder puzzles, you have to now find some X's and then find the cell that can only be illuminated by putting in a light bulb next to it, or in a cell that sees it. Probably the only cell that sees it, right? One of these is going to break. This goes here. We need one here. And now we're broken because we can't put the second 2 here because it breaks the 1. Right? So this one doesn't work. A4 is forced. A3 or A5. Yeah, well now, how does this cell ever get eliminated? Has to be there. Yep. And now this cell only has one way to be eliminated from this cell. Okay, notice we still haven't placed this light bulb or these ones, but now we know because of this one blocking this cell and this light bulb we placed earlier blocking this cell, these are the 2s, and the easy finish is there. Tick. All right. Let's move on to 10 by 10. Easy. I'll just make it a little bigger. There we go. Cool. And again, this is puzzle 9 million. You know, you can do this all day if you wanted to, really. Okay, so zeros, 0, 0, 0, 0. A1's forced, right? This breaks, so those 2 easy. This one's forced, right? Can't be above it, can't be off the grid. So here, which forces this one, right? And this one for the same reason as here and here, only is here. And now this one, obviously it's not going here, so it breaks here. And now this cell can only be eliminated by itself. And now this one, because of the way we place these, yep. And now this cell breaks the 3 clue, so that's not a thing. Now this one, much like this, is forced. This breaks this 2. This cell is forced to be eliminated from here. This one now only has 1 legal cell. This 2 needs a second one here, and the 3 is done. And this one needs its second one here. And this one. And so this cell is now going to force the end of the puzzle. And we're done in a couple of minutes. Cool. Let's do a normal. There we go. I'm going to start off with all the zeros, which are very easy stuff. Lots of zeros. Cool. All right. Anything forced? Yes. Corner forced here. This one's forced. This one's forced. And this one's forced. Look at that. Nice symmetry in that puzzle. Beautiful. Does that give us anything? Well, X is here and here. Here and here. Forces these 2. What next? Yep, perfect. So only 2 cells left. These 2 can't be taken. This breaks this 1 clue and this 1 clue. This breaks the 2 And this breaks the 2. Ah, this cell here, right? How's it ever going to get eliminated if this isn't a thing? So this one is interesting. This one can only be eliminated from one of these cells. The ones must see the same light bulb. Well, yeah, if we try to put it here, then the one's broken because we have to put it here and that breaks the 1. It's not going here, which means it's there. That's satisfied. Yep, D9, exactly right. Yep. And does that give us something easier? This breaks, right? Because now this one has no way to get eliminated. So that's not a light. F8 is a light. Otherwise, row 8 can't be fully lit. Yes, if it's not a light, then how does this one ever get eliminated? There's no cell adjacent, so that's the thing. And this one, right? If this is not a light, how does this ever get eliminated? So that's the light. And now this one only has one cell to be eliminated from, which is here. And this one likewise here. This one here. And done. Beautiful. Beautiful chain. It's great, right? It's fantastic. Cool. Let's do a hard. 10 by 10. Puzzle 8 million, whatever. Cool. I'm going to start off with zeros. Only a couple of them. Alright, we've got a few 3s. Definitely a couple of X's we can place around the corners. I mean, this one's going to break the 1, right? So that's an X. This one's going to break the 3, that's an X. This one's going to break this 3, that's an X. Same here. Same here. Same here. X's galore. And now this one breaks the 1. Yep, exactly right. Yep. You can do all that sort of diagonal, you know, logic. Here, 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 here. E9, all the ones break. Yes, exactly what we saw in the other puzzle, right? It's just the ones that are out on this plane rather than this plane. So if this isn't one, then one of these ones will be satisfied and the other one will not be. So that's there. Those are X's. Now this cell has to be a light. This cell has to be a light also. This 3, 1, 2, 3 here. And this one needs one. Can't be seen any other way other than itself. This now breaks the 2. B2, otherwise it'll be unlit. Haha, nice. Yeah, exactly the same thing as here. If that's not lit, then problems. 2's done. And I2 by the same logic. Yeah, if that's not lit, then this one must be. And this 2 gets broken. There's only be one here. So that's the thing. Not quite. Probably this row and this column has an interaction here somewhere, I reckon. I would force this. See, this forces that, which breaks the 2. And it doesn't. Nor me. Has one here. This cell's going to need 1 here. This is going to break because the 2 needs here, but that 1 is broken. This, however, does not break because the 2 and the 1 can be satisfied this way. E2 and G2. Nice, breaks this F. Beautiful. This one doesn't break because it goes there. Does this one break because it goes here? This one would force the second one here. This second one will need to be here, and that breaks this 2. It has 3 lights around it, so that doesn't work. That one's not a light. I5 and 7. Yes, because we've eliminated this. Only one option, either case. Only I5. Actually, yes, you're right. Because this could still leave these 2. But G5 doesn't work because it's the inverse, right? Now there's only one cell for this 2, which is here. So that doesn't work. This here would force those 2. Which would force the second one here. And the second one here. That seems fine. Okay. J5. Breaks the top. Right. Part in the same way J4. Because you need a second one here. And then you can't have the second one here. It's to be here. And it could be here. Which means that's not 1, so that's 1. And that's 1. It does eventually break. But it's a long chain. Which I don't think is the right spot to look. But it's elimination nonetheless. So that's not 1. Yeah, no. No one's going to say that, right? I mean, unless you're a, Magnus Carlsen and you can see 10 moves ahead. Like that. I mean, there's probably still a few cells that mess up this whole section here. Like this forces those two. Does that break? Not at all. This is incredibly forcing, right? Not that forcing. One of these is a lot, right? Either this one or this one. If it's this one, then it's like that. Forcing that. Forcing that, and that seems okay. If it's this one, then that's not a thing, that's a thing. That's not a thing. And that's less helpful. Okay. This one's a light. That's forced. And then it goes here. Yeah, which means this isn't one. And then that's not a light. Don't see... Okay, maybe that's the wrong place to look. I don't know. Carlos have got something like E3. G3 breaks the 2 clue in F1. Oh, very good, because the second one has to be here. Yeah, and it breaks... And then you need a second one here, which breaks the 1. So those can't be. Interesting. Now we've got 2 possibilities for the 1 here, all of a sudden. If that's not a light, then this cell gets eliminated from here. Which forces this and this, and we're kind of back to where we were that 10 seconds ago. This one's not a light, but top right stuff. Top right stuff. If that's a light, then this can't have any more. So the second one goes here. And then this cell needs to be eliminated, but it has a 3 instead of a 2. So that's not 1, which helps a little. And a light in F4 breaks. Because we need these 2. This one is 1. This one is 1. That one needs 1. And now we can't have a third one around the 3. So that's break. Now we got the 1 here. Okay. Progress. It's this section, right? This is definitely where the action is. So either there's one here, which satisfies both, meaning one of these two is a light for this cell, or it's this one and this one. Which means this is a light for this one. And this one's a light. I feel like that's not the right place to look. Ah, nice. Now this two, right? If we have one here, the second one can't be here, so it's here. If we have one here, the second one can't be here, so there's one here. So in any case, there's at least there's one here, because at most one can be next to the one. And whichever one goes near the cell, it satisfies both. But we need action down column G to make that happen. That now gives us the two spots for this two. And with that, we should be able to finish the rest of it. This one, not that one. This cell needs to be here. J8 needs to be illuminated. Yep, perfect. So that can't be one. That can't be one. So this cell needs it there. And we're stuck. So that's not right. So my logic was wrong here. Oh, because the one could be here. No, it's not right. To eliminate this cell? Is this the wrong cell to eliminate? Yeah, I'm wondering if that was the mistake. I think I was looking at that and maybe I... So that's my bad. I think we're okay now. Because I was testing a theory, I think. Because this then had to be a light, but we don't know that. But we're pretty close, I reckon. I7 actually breaks. This goes here. Then these are forced. This goes here. This goes here, and now, yeah, we got problems. Yeah. So this one breaks. Okay. This cell now only has itself to eliminate. So I need one more for this too. Don't know which one of them yet. It's either 1 here to satisfy the 3, or for this cell, right? You can eliminate self, this one, or this one. Which forces that. Which forces this, satisfying that clue. That's definitely too long a chain, right? This one forces that. And that. I8. One next to the 1. I would agree. Yeah, nice. So it's exactly the kind of logic I was talking about here, except this cell broke. You can only ever have one of the 2 here, so 1's here. Okay. So if it goes here, then you can't have 1 here. So you need 1 there. And not 1 there, so one of them here. Or if it's here, they're not there, so you need it here. You can't tell which one yet. This goes here. The second one's here. And here. If it's here, it's here. And we're no closer. Those 2. Try to break this top region somehow. Ooh. Here. Then, oh no. Then, let's see. Okay. I mean, fire away. We've been looking at it for a while, right? It might be a longer chain. I'm just looking at this again. This goes here. This. Not that one. Not that one. So one of these needs. That doesn't seem likely. Doesn't seem likely either. Okay. Red thinks hang on, but Carl has something. This breaks. Also G10 breaks. Okay. Well, let's have a look at G10. This needs to be eliminated, so that's not a thing. That needs to be eliminated. Oh, yeah. Nice. It's nice. That's actually much simpler. Look at this. G10. Then this one needs to be eliminated. Can't have one here. And now, these 2 break the 1. That's really cool. So that's an easy one to see by a bit of a look ahead. Now, just looking at this first before we look at G4, does that do anything for us? Well, now it means that J10 can't be 1 because then this cell needs 1 and the 1's broken. So that's not 1. So that one could work. This one could work. Okay. Alright, now G4. Forces this way. This cell needs 1. This can't be 1. That one needs a second. 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 And now it breaks. Definitely breaks here. Because this one can't be eliminated. Okay, that's definitely a very long chain. Radfix is looking at this one here. H5. H2 is like here. Okay. If G... Hey, Eddie, welcome. How are you? If G5 is a light... I mean G6, you mean, right? No? Green light, so far away. This is the end of this hard puzzle, so... Yeah, you can see on the stream, green light, so far away. G6, yeah. Which means this one's not 1. This one is a second one. And then you need 2 here. I'm not sure this does need to be a light, right? Because this one could be it. Oh, but then it needs to be limited. Yeah, you're right. You're dead right. Wow. Nice one. So that's a light. This 2's done. This cell now needs to be from here. These are done. This needs 1. This needs a second. And now I feel like we're on the home stretch. One of these H5 just breaks column G. Oh yeah, because this 2 has hopelessly got more than 2 on it. So that's not working. So now this one and this one eliminated from here. This one must be eliminated from here, satisfying both of these. That's not 1. This one is here, forcing that and that. Right, this one breaks this cell. 3 and done. Wow, 25 minutes. Proper hard puzzle, that one. There you go. You want a challenge? 8,231,585 is a challenge. Wow. Nicely done, everybody. Fantastic. I had planned to do the next size up, which is 14 square, but I think in the interest of time, we might move on to the next puzzle, which is one of my favorites, Hashi. So, bridges. Yeah, it's amazing though. So the way this works is you have islands with numbers, and each island can have 1 or 2 bridges, never more. And the number tells you how many bridges. So this one can only have 1, and I've got it set to automatic completion. Strikes it out. And it has to be a continuous chain, right? So you can't have... Let's see. You can't have that, right? Because that's an isolated chain. That's not connecting all the numbers. Oh, yeah. I can... This is easy. So that will take you to the website, which has all of this stuff and more. There's like 40 puzzles on here. Different types. And it's just like 4.5 million, so you could do this all day. So, let's do a new puzzle. Cool. I'll just whip through this to kind of show you how it works. And you'll see there are tricks that we can pick up. So if you know your bridges logic, you know that that's the way it works. A 5 in 3 directions, considering that at most 2 can go in each one. So everything has at least 1, right? If these two are 2, then that's 1, right? So you can automatically do that. This 2 is now fulfilled from both 5s. So both the 5s need doubles elsewhere. This one needs it here. This 2 can't go any other way except a double down. This 3 can't go down or right, so it's here, which means the 1 is now here. That's done, and we've finished it in 48 seconds. I mean, there's puzzle ID. If you have a particular puzzle ID, we can pop that in. I'm sure there's a way to do it. At least there used to be anyway. Small link. Specific puzzle. Oh, right here, yes. Perfect ID. Yep, that works. Hey, penpa or puzzling URL. That's pretty handy. Cool, alright. So, let's do a normal. Here we go. The 3s in the corner can't go out of the puzzle, so they need at least 1 each way. This 1 can't be on its own with another 1, so it goes down. And this 2 now needs to go this way. This 2 now can't go any other way other than this way. This 3 needs to go here, this 2 up here, and that's done. Cool? So, a few extra steps, but not too hard. Now there's... hang on a sec, that was normal. Yes, so we'll get rid of that. So now this is hard, okay. Cool, so 3's in the corner, like that. 1 has to only go this way, double there. 4 in the corner is a double. This 3 is like that. This 3 must, no, not true. This is nice, right? Can't be double to this way because it breaks by being an isolated series. So at least one of this 2 must go this way, which forces the rest of the puzzle. Done, right? Cool. Now let's do this one. This is a new thing. I didn't know they had done this since we did it last. This is now a dense mode. So you can see the numbers are densely sort of packed together. So I'm going to do the easy stuff. Right, things we've seen. Like numbers cannot isolate each other. So this one goes here. This is not allowed. Right, that isolates it. This 3 can't be left or right, so it's 1 up and then the other 2 down. This 4, it's gone 2 up, 2 right, can't be up. At most 1 left, so at least 1 down. Finishes this 2, so that's a thing. That's a thing, that's a thing. That's a thing, that's a thing. That's the thing, and you can see the daisy chain to finish the puzzle nice and quickly. That took just over a minute. So, let's ramp up and do a 10 by 10 easy. Cool. This 6 can't go left, so it's a double each of 3 ways. Double here, 1 each there, double here, there. Special daily. It's fun to do those puzzles. It's just whether or not I can actually fit it on the screen easily enough. That's usually the trick with this. Right, this 3 and this one. Right. This 4 can't go down anymore or left, so it's going this way. This 3 now can't be down or right, so it's 1 each there. Can't be this way because this 2 is done, so it's here. double there, and we're done. So 50 seconds, nice and easy. This is a normal. Okay, this 4 can't be up all right, so double there. 6 can't be going right. That's done. This 1 now has to go down. This 2 goes down. This 2 goes across. This 4 is now effectively a 3 in 2 directions because it can't go down all right. So 1 each. This is a 3 in the corner. This is a 3 in its own little corner. Yep, absolutely. These ones. And in fact, this one now can't be right, so it's down. This 4 can only go down. And this 4 has 2 here, at most 1 right, so at least 1 down. And in fact, this is just a 4 in the corner, so it's like that. This 4, 1, 2, it needs both going up here to satisfy that. This one needs to go here. This one can't be up, down, or left, so it's this way. This 4 now only has 1 choice going here. This 6 now has 3 done. Has 3 left in 2 directions. We know that means 1 each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. The 6 is basically like a pseudo 3 at that point, right? And the puzzle's finished with that. Nice and easy. Let's now move on to a hard one. Okay, easy stuff. This 5, this 5. This 4 can't go out of the puzzle, so it's like that. So that's a thing, that's a thing. This one goes here, which means the 3 has to be up. This 2 only has 1 way to go. This 4 goes here. I normally don't do pencil puzzles either. But these are the few that I like. The few that I'm actually enjoying, I'm good at. You know, sort of shading puzzles or loop puzzles like Slither, Link, and Mash U. Nah, not for me. Tupper, not for me. But these are fun. Let's see. This 4's nice, right? Because can't go up. There's at most 1 right, so it's a 3 each of 2 ways there. And now this 2 already has a bridge from the 5, so it's 1. And then this is now 3 going this way. And so the 4 is resolved like that. This 2 goes here. This 5 goes there. This 6 has 1, 2, 3. 3 in 2 directions. We know what that means. Haven't heard of Amarillo. Oh, Akari. Akari's good. Good fun. This 2 has at most 1 going right because of the 3, so at least 1 down, and that resolves this 3, which means it goes here, and it gets finished off like that. Cool. Now let's do the dense, which is this one here. Okay, so this 6 can't be left, so it's like that. Like that. 3 in the corner. This 3 can't be this way or here, so it's like that. This one goes like that. And this 2 can't be both going right, otherwise it would isolate each other, so 1 up. Sure, yeah. I mean, I think at one point I was probably doing some of these sorts of puzzles before I really did Sudoku seriously. And in fact, if you can actually see this, if I can show you on my phone, my games thing. I don't know if you can see that or not. That's my folder, and in the top left, you can see it looks like Hashi. And you can see Plants vs Zombies, Star Battle is there as well, 2048 Mahjong. So, you know, the Hashi app's great. And there's intro packs, so I'll show you the ones that I've sort of solved. Right, and they're very easy section, right? So you can see those puzzles take like 10 seconds. Right, so they're all very easy, small ones, but I've solved those. That's great fun. Fake Mahjong. Yeah, I don't play Mahjong much, but yeah. Meanwhile, this 3, this 1, this 3 now, its own little corner. So 1 down and 2 across. This 3 only goes this way. Ton of different ones? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's heaps you can do, right? This 4, right? 2. Most 1, there's 3, and down. This 1 is its own little pocket going this way. Now this 2 can only be there, 3 can only be there, 2 can only be down. 1500, yeah. This 4 only be down. And this one's not going down, up or right. This 2 can't be connected to itself twice. And this 2 can only have at most 1 down, so it has to be like that and like that. 1 must go down. This 4 must now be completed this way. And this 2 now can't be down, left, or up. The 1's done, so it's like that. This 3 is not going down or right, so it's 1 each or 2 ways. And in fact, this 2 is not going anywhere except here. This 4 is not going left or down, so it's double each way. This 3 goes to go here. This 2 can only be this way now, which is forcing that and that. This 3 has to be there. This 4 has to be here. And we're done. 3 minutes 39. Cool. All right. So again, we can do bigger ones, 15 squared, but in the interest of time, I think I'm going to compact a little bit, and we'll do maybe the daily, if I can fit it on the screen. And we'll see how we go. This is going to be a challenge. Okay, there it is. So that's it there. That is a monstrosity to fit on the page. Maybe we do this. We do it in sections. So that's the first half. I'll just put a marker there. And then the second half, the puzzle is there. So we'll just have to sort of scroll up a little bit, I think. All right. Perfect. Hope that's okay to read. It'll take us a while. 10, 15 minutes. All right. Now you see we've got some 7s in here. So 7 must have 2, 2, 2, 1. So we can just do a lot of sectioning off, right? These 5s are obvious. So this is all easy stuff. This 5. This 4's done. We've got a 7 here. I need to go slower. Okay, I have no 8s that I can see. I've got this 4 here. 1. This one can't be joined to itself, so it's here. 2 there. This 2 can't be connected like that, so at least 1 goes up, which means 1 goes there. Same thing here, 1, 1, this way. This 6 can't be down, so it's like that. And these 2 can't connect both that way, so 1 there. And 1 there. This 4 can't be down or left, so it's now like this. And this is where everything must be connected to it. Nothing can be isolated. Comes into it more so. I mean, I can zoom in more so, but the problem is then you won't see it on the screen. This 4 now. 1341? Yeah, I don't think we'll get there because I'm explaining as I go as well. But, sub 20 minutes, definitely. Maybe even sub 15. This 4 now becomes a 3, like that. 1 can't connect to itself, so here. This 5 is now 1 each like that. This 1 now goes there. This 3 goes there, like that. One, 2, 3, 4, like that, like that, like that, like that, like that. This now goes down. This is like that. It's a very fruitful area here. One, 2, 3, 4. Like that. This 5 can now section off a few things. 1 goes there. 1, 2, 3. Now, see this, no, as I say, it doesn't quite work. But this 3 now can't be this way or this way, so that's the thing. This 2 hits a dead end here, and here, so it goes down. Okay, probably have to scroll down a little bit now. See a little bit more action. I see a couple of 5s. Could be interesting. See, this is an example, right? So these 2 can't be like that. See, that's an isolated chain on its own. Right, that's no good. So this doesn't work. So at least one of these 4s must go here. Which forces this one to go here. This 4 now bounces each way there, so like that. Forcing that. And that. And that. And that. 1, 2, so at least one of these 3 must be down. This 3 is resolved this way. This 3 goes down. This 2 is not going up or right. At most 1 left, so 1 down. 1, 2, at most 1 there, so 1 down here. Forces this 2. 3 can't be up or right, so like that. Forcing that. This 4 now becomes a 3 in 2 directions. Yep, that's the bottom of the grid. 3, 1. At most 1 there, 1 there. So you can bounce around quite a lot, right? This 2, not going left or up, most 1 down, so this way. This 4 now becomes a 3, like that. One, 2, 3, like that. Force that. Three can't be horizontally, so like that. Finishes this. So the 3 now goes up. This 2 is at least 1 going up. Right, here's another like advanced thing. So this arrangement doesn't work because it's its own isolated island. So one of these 3s must go sideways. But that's not helpful at the moment because we don't have a block either here or or here, for example. This one can't isolate above or below, so it's here. This 2 can't have a thing like that. So one of them goes up or right. 4's in the second last row. Yeah, this one needs to go up. And the same thing needs to go up. This one goes up, this one goes up. This one goes up. See, isolating this 1 now helps a lot. Now this 5 has a block here, so like that, like that, like that. Sectioning off this 3 to go like that. Oh, that breaks. See that? That's its own little island. So that can't be this way. It's this way. Forces that, and that, and that. This is now a 3 in each of 2 directions. Yep, I would agree. Sometimes there's a lot of scanning, right? Looking at this 4, you got to go all the way up to here, and you can't see the 6 that's up here, right? So that's quite a distance to travel, right? So now this 2 is a little interesting. Ooh. Yes, so this 2, for example, right? You can't have it going left or down. At most, 1 goes up because it already has 1 going this way. So this is at least a 5. So I'd be willing to bet that you have this situation happening. It might be the case that all of them are doubles, but at least 2 of them are. Which sections off this 6. This 1. This is now a 3. This now does go up, making it a 5. Can we do any more with the 4s? Well, probably not. But this 2 now is obvious, goes here. Both of these, this 2 can't go right to isolate these. So one goes left. This 1's now isolated, going up, which means this 5 is like that. 1 goes here. This is now like that. This 3 in its own little corner. This 2 has at most 1 there, so at least 1 there. Isolating this 6, can't go right. Which means that's a thing, that's a thing. That's now a thing. Forcing this. This 2 can't bounce down or right. Left it only has a 1, so up here it has 1. That's a thing, that's a thing. Nice, this 3 is a little helpful. At most 1 left, at most 1 up, can't go down, so at least 1 there. And this 3 can't be isolated like this, right? So at least 1 goes this way, which helps this 1 go here. This 4 now needs 1 here. This 2 needs 1 up. Making this 6 a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This has a corner. This 3 has 1 there, so 2, 3. This 5 can't go down, so more sectioning. 1 goes here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now this 1 can't go off the screen there, can't go up. Here you can't see, but there's a 1 there. This one, still can't see it. Wow, that's a long way up. That one. So this one can't go up to this one, can't go to left, can't go down, so it's here. Forces this 4 to go up. This 5 now goes here, making this 6 into a 5, one of each of 3 ways. This one goes here. Let's scroll down here for a sec. This 6 now gets finished. This 4 can't be that way. 1 each of those. Now this 2, remember how I said earlier it can't be like this? So it either goes 1 up or 1 right. It can't go right anymore, so it goes here. This 3 can't be 2 up and 1 down to isolate these 3. Can't go left, so 1 goes this way. This 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This 3 can't be down or left, so it's 1 here, another one there. This 4 can't be up or down, so it's like that. This 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, 2, 3, 4 is done. This 4 has its own little corner. This 3, this 2. Three. Oh. This 5. 1, 2, 3. Can't be left, can't be down. It goes like this. Cordons off this 5 now. Okay, I don't know if we can do much with this section, so I'm going to scroll up again. Okay. And this is only the daily, mind you, so the weekly and the monthly are even more massive than this. This 5. This 4 now it's done here. This 2 can't both go down. Breaks this 2, so 1 goes here. This 4 gets finished there. This 3. Ooh. 5. Oh, this 5. Nice. You can't see that. But this 5 here can't go off the screen. So it's like that. This one's done, so doubles. But cordons off this 2. Can't be down or there. This 3 can't be down or up, so the last one's here. This 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I think this has to be a double, right? Has 4 more bridges left. No, it could be a double here. 1, 2, 3, 4. No. This one. This way. Nice. Scrolling down because I can see that 5 is going to be helpful now. Like this. Can't be double there, so that's like that. Isolating this 2. This 2. Back to this corner for a sec. This 2 can't be down there, so that's the thing. No, okay. There's a very long way to prove that that doesn't connect. Okay, both these can't go that way, can't go up. At most one down, so at least one left. Doesn't help that much. This one. That helps this one. Oh, the 6 can't be here, so those are both doubles. This 5 can't be that way, so it's at least like that. This 3, its own little corner now. Where to next? Ah, this 2. At least one there. This 3 can't be down. At most one left, most one right, at least one up. This one can't be up, left, can't isolate that, so it has to go there. Which means this one can't be up, down, or right, so it's this way. This 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This 2 not up or right, most one there, so at least one down. Ah, nice. If this goes this way, the 3's broken. So it can't be there, has to be both down. This 3 must go down. But fixing that. This 6 can't go right, so that's the thing. That goes down now. That goes down. This goes down. That goes down. 5 has like that. This 2 can't go left, up. Most one right, one down. This one now is isolated, only going down this way. This 4's got its own little corner. This 2 goes there. This 4. This one now must be there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. At most one, because this already has 3 bridges, so at least one there. Whoa. This one can't be down or there, so it's there. That's the thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This 6 can't be down, so it's like that, which means the 7 now needs 3 double bridges. One's there because it can't be there. This 2 now, right? Not down or right. That will isolate it if they went both one of each. Can't be up, so at least one goes there. This 2, nope. Okay. Kind of this middle section left, a little bit down here. Don't even do much with that though, right? Oh, this is nice, right? That can't isolate itself. So one goes here. Yeah, this one goes there and there, or this one goes there, there. Most one down here. So at least one on each of those. Okay. Nothing easy now. Oh, this three. They're missing this. It has to be like that. Forcing that. Now this isolates that, so that doesn't work. Which means it goes up. This three now only has one choice. That completes the 5. And now the 1 goes this way. 2 goes this way. 5 there. This 6 is now effectively a 5. Come on, like that. Forcing that. And that. And now we have something here because this can't isolate, so it goes up. Finishing this 4. This 4 now goes across. This 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. At most 1 that way for this 2, so at least 1 down. This 2 goes down. This 4 is now 3. Forcing that and that. Very close to this bottom corner being done. One more. I'll wait for this 6 to get resolved, I think. This 2 though goes here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's going to do some heavy lifting, surely. I have a feeling there's a bridge here. Otherwise, you're probably going to get isolation happening here. This 4 has at most one going here, so at least one going left. That isolates 1. Yeah. And now this is here. That's there. 2, 3, 4. This 2 now has to be here. This 7 needs another one here. 6 needs one down. This section's done. Okay. So we're left with this section now. Over here. This one can't go up, right or down, so it's here. This 2 can't be down, right, at most one there, so at least one there. This 5, like that. This 5, 1, 2, 3, at most one here, so at least one here. This 4, 1, 2, can't be right. At most one here, so at least one here. Or not far away. This one can't be down or right. Most one there, because this 2. At least one there. This 4, right? Can't be right. 1, 2, 3. No, that's wrong. This 3 could be helpful, actually. Can't be up. 1, 2 at most, so at least one there. Is that a little helpful? This 3 now has to be like that. This one has to be this way, forcing the 6. Oh, we're so close. This is like great scanning practice, right? Like if you want to get good at scanning, like in Sudoku, like classic stuff, this is the way to do it. Scan for a single thing that needs a thing somewhere. There or there. Oh, this just breaks, right? This isolates things, so that's no good. The one mouse must go there. Which means this 4 is now a 3. Forcing this one to have something like that. Isolating this 2. This 3 needs to go there. This 4 now is a 3 this way. 1 there. This 2 along with that one. 3. 3. At least 1 there. One there. 1 and 2. 5 up there. This one. This one. This one. This one. Like that. Like that. Those need doubles. Double there. There. Whoa. That one. That one needs 1. Very close now. It's the second one here. Oh, this 4 can have most one down, so at least 1 across. At most 1 down. 2, 3, at least 1 there. That makes this a 3. Puts that there. Puts that there. And now what's going on here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, 40 minutes. Yeah, baby. Oh. Now, if you're not explaining, walking through it, right, you can do it in, what did Sophie do it? 13, 14 minutes? You could, right? If you're not explaining, like, oh, this can't go there, this can't go there. You know, you can half that time easily. That's the daily, right? And you can do all the days in May. And here's the monthly. Just for context. I can't fit on the screen. It's ridiculous. I actually can't fit on the screen. That's how stupid it is. Right, there is the monthly. So that's like that's a good hour, a couple hours even. So there you go. Ah, boy. Right. That's enough hashy. Now, all right. So I had planned to do Star Battle and Kokuro, but considering how long we spent on that, which is a lot of fun, by the way, don't regret it, but we might leave Kokuro for another time, considering it's Sudoku adjacent. We can always do it next week. And we'll just do some Star Battle to finish, right? Star Battle's a lot of fun. I do enjoy Star Battle. So let's whip through a couple of example puzzles. Okay, if you haven't done Star Battle, it's really simple. In this case, it's a 5x5, 1 star in each row, column, in each outline region, and you can't touch diagonally, and you can't have more than one, right? And so you'll see how we go, how to do it as we go. So there must be a star in one of these 3 cells, not a star there. Must be a star here, there's not a star there. Now this region must have a star here, those aren't stars. No worries. That's the fun, right? You know, if you come here, you know, chat and help me solve ours, and then you do yours, and then come back. Now, this is going to break column 3. I'll give the coordinates there as well. Okay, so that's no good. Now, there's only 2 cells left here. A common trick is those can be blocked off because it breaks either way you do it. Which means that's a star, they're not stars, there's a star somewhere here, star there, star there, star there, and done. Right? 1 minute, easy. Okay? So, 6x6, 1 star. Stars here, X's all along, right? 1 spot left in this region, forcing that. 1 spot left here, forcing that. No more stars anywhere here. 1 spot left here, 1 here, done. Right? Easy. 20 seconds, you know? So here's a hard puzzle. And you'll notice here that there are going to be more X's that we get much quicker, right? Rather than stars. So we know that's a thing, right? Forcing that. And that. Yep, straight away. Easy start. Yep, as TV said. Now it gets a little trickier. For example, you have to look at column D and use the side exclusion trick. You have to use the trick here. This breaks row 3. See how many X's we have, and there's still 4 stars to put in, right? See, this puts a star, this puts a star. That's going to break this region here, right? So I'll just go back and show you that. This star here. No, forces a star here. That's wrong. Why did I suggest that? No. That was not the right cell to look at. Ah, well, that's even much easier, isn't it? There's only 1 cell left here. That just resolves the puzzle. Yep, bang. Ignore me. That was definitely easier. All right, 8x8. Still 1 star. It gets a little harder, right? Because now we have a few more cells to think about. So. All right. This can't be a star because it kills this region. X. Must be a star here. None there. And now we can start to use a couple of interesting tricks. For example, row 1 and 2, there are 2 stars, right? 1 in this section, 1 in this section. And so, as TV suggesting, none of those can be stars or it breaks the square in the little L-shaped region here, right? That leaves us only 2 cells here. The side trick can be used here. And this is an X. Nice spot, Ratfinks, because now we need a star here, and that breaks row 1. And row 3, 4. 1 star here, 1 star here. They're all excluded. And hey, now we've only got 2 cells here. So those can be done. This now breaks this L region. And this region only has 1 spot for a star. And now column F is done. Now row 3 is done. And now we've got a star here and a star here. So for column 1 and 2, we can't have stars there, forcing a star there and there. Column G only has one spot there. Now there's a star here, not there. There's already a star here. There's already a star here. Can't be a star there, and we're done. Easy. And that took under 2 minutes. Just under, right? Cool. So, 8 by 8, hard. Okay, side trick. Side trick. Okay, lots of X's, but no stars, right? Now, we are forced to have a star in this region in column H. X is there. And now there's only one spot left in this region with those X's, forcing the stars in columns F and G to be done, and row 6 and 8. Oops, I was too hasty. There, this is now forced to be a star. This region only has one star in either of these cells, so they can't be stars. And now this region has a star here. This breaks. This region has a star here or here, so that breaks. Now we can use the side trick here because that breaks column C. And guess what? That forces a star. No star repeating there. That's a star. That's a star. Only one spot left here, and that's done. Cool. A little bit harder, but still, you can solve it pretty quickly, right? This is, in my opinion, where Star Battle is excellent. And just before we go on, I do want to show you, this is the 6-star special monthly. If you want to have fun, go nuts with this one. That is the massive one. So have fun with that if you like. But in my opinion, where Star Battle is really cool. Oh, there's also this, which is shapeless, which is wild. I wouldn't even touch that with a 100-foot pole, let alone a 10-foot pole. But what I think is a sweet spot is what we're mostly used to in, puzzle GPs, things like that, is 10 squared, 2-star puzzles. This is the cool thing. So let's do this. See if I can squeeze it all. Be a little bit less. I'll try and yeah. That's good there, I think. Cool. So, new puzzle. But 10 squared, 2-star, right? And again, puzzle 6 million, all day, all that sort of stuff, right? So now, there's a few more things you have to think about. So, for example, this breaks because you only have room for 1 star in the region, so that's no good. Forcing X's there. This breaks because you only have room for 1 star. Similarly, these break for the same reason. Now there are 2 stars here, so that finishes column A in a way. And now this region has 2 stars here, Xing those. And now here we know where the stars go, right? If we put it here, it breaks. There's only room for 1, so they must be like that. Xing row 9. And now in this big region, we must have 2 stars in row 10, and they are in these 4 cells of this region, so they can't be there. And now there's only 2 spots left here. Xing that. 4 cells here, the side trick applies. Can't star the middle one. The side trick applies here, this breaks column C, so no star there. This breaks here because there's only room for 1 star. So you can see this is a normal puzzle, but it's taken a bit longer, right? Because you've got 2 stars to think about. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. 1, 1, 2. Ooh. E2, G2, not stars by region. Yes, that breaks because only room for 1 here. And the same thing here. And now we know that one of these is a star and one of these is a star, right? E4. Oh, yeah. Very good, because there's only room for 1 left now. So that's not a star, which means this is a star. Amazing. And right now, perfect, because this has been ruled out. We now have 2 stars in this region here, exiting those. And now 3 cells with 2 stars. Can only be that way, forcing that. One, 2, 3, 1, 1. That's an X. No worries. All good. Yeah, we'll do this and then we'll do a 10 squared hard and then we're done. So another half an hour tops. Even less. Right. So yeah, this will break, right? So we're just counting stars in number of rows or columns, right? So in rows 2 and 3, we need 4 stars. 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, at most 1 here. So there's at most 1 here, 2, and we need 2 stars here. So that's a star. And now those are stars. And now in this, oh, not quite. Ah, this column only has 2 spots left for stars. This has 4 cells that needs 2 stars. This one only has 2 spots left. That can't be a star, so that's a star. This one already has 2 stars, so that's a star. That's a star, and that's a star, and that's a star. 5 minutes. Nice, right? Cool little puzzle. Very cool. Okay, last puzzle tonight. In my opinion, this is definitely where it's at, as far as difficulty goes. This is definitely the hardest puzzle of the lot. I might go this way. And that'll be fine for now. Cool. All right, here we go. We'll have to get a lot of X's first. This one's going to break. X there. So E4. That breaks this cell, this region. H2, I agree. I6 breaks this region. G8 breaks this region. G9 I9 you mean. Sorry, my bad. Which breaks this region. Cool. Few easy X's, right? Now, you need 2 stars here one in this little bit and one in this little bit. So this is going to break. This is going to break because there's only room for one star here. And if you love your colouring, this is probably the kind of puzzle where you bring out your colouring. Two, 4, 6. Okay, so the first thing I'm seeing as far as colouring goes, I'm going to look at these 4 columns just to start with. Right? Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, this is a good spot. So 2 stars there. We need 8 stars total, right? In those 4 columns, yeah? 2 in that region. 4, 6, 8. So all those cells that are left cannot be stars. Okay? By just counting. So I'll get rid of those. So that's nice. Click that. Cool. So that gives us a few little things to think about now. Potentially. For example, now this breaks the bottom region. Only room for 1 star there. Another X. Can we do more? Okay. Let's change it to yellow. And I just want to do a bit more colouring. I'm looking at these 4 rows now. Don't know if this will be as helpful, but let's see. Again, 8 stars. 2, 4, 6. So there are 2 stars in yellow there, right? The outliers. Probably not that useful, actually. Can't do much. And there's at least 1 in this section here, right? Because of what we just did before with columns G to J. So there's at most 1 in this little T plus this I shape. That's not that helpful though. So let's get rid of that. Alright, T was looking at row 9, 10. Need 1 star in the left region. Yes. So row 8 needs at least 1 star. Yes, let's look at that. I'll change to green. Cool, so let's think about these rows. Now, we get rid of the X's. We know in this region here, this is a star, that's 1, 2, 3. So at least 1 in this section here. Row 8 needs at least 1 star in H or J8. Yeah, because at most 1 goes here. So 1 of these is a star. Which means this cell here breaks. So that's an X. Okay, I'm going to leave that green there for now. So that is getting a little interesting now down here. Not enough yet. But if we could rule out, you know, I-10, for example, that'd be very useful. G and H together. Okay, let's use a different color. Yes, this will be interesting, won't it? I'm going to get rid of this green for a second. But we know... I'll leave this one. We know these two cells are the ones that have one star between them. Let's try and fit 4 here. 1. 2. 3, 4. Right, that's the split. Considering we can't have one here. We can have at most one in this 2x2 block, at most one here, at most one here, at most one here. So that means that this is an X. Right, based on all that. So column I gets a little more restricted. Two. Similar. All right. Let's get rid of these for a second. So we've looked at that. We'll get rid of that just for now. And this is similar. So let's get rid of those. Ooh, yeah, interesting. It's not as powerful. There's 5 potential places. Right. Yeah. But these are the sorts of things that we have to look at, right? Two, 4. Okay, I'm going to look at this section for a sec. 8 stars, 2, 4. 4 stars there. Does that help us? Probably not. Now looking at columns D to F, so 6 stars, 2, 4. So there's 2 stars in green. It's still quite a large area. We've got that and that trick from before. Ooh, okay. H1 on a star. Let's have a look. Oh, very good. Yeah, it breaks this cell. So that's not a star. Okay. F1 now not a star. from previous column GH logic. Oh yeah, 1, 2, 3. Because now have a look at how many we could fit. 1, 2, 3. No good. So that's not a star. Now for this section here, we get a little interesting. Because now there's a star here and a star in this little bit. So 2 more X's. Progress, definitely. Oh, now I want to revisit this situation here. But in fact, now we might be able to restrict it to the first 3 columns and ask ourselves where the stars can go, because 2 are here and 2 are here. So now we have 2 stars in that section. So that's a little more interesting, right? Don't necessarily know we can do much with it, but 2 stars are in yellow. And equally, 2 stars are in green, considering that these shapes take up 4 of 6 in D to F. So 2 in yellow and 2 in green. Okay, but we have a few more X's though from what we just did. So let's now reconsider this maybe. Two out of 8, 4 out of 8, 6 out of 8. So 2 out of the 8 in rows 1 to 4 are there. I2, yes, correct. Thank you. I just noticed that. So 2 of those are stars. So let's put all those colours. Oops, I meant green. Right. So in each of those sections, 2 stars. Actually, no, that's not quite true. These can't be stars now. By column DEF logic. No. Could be one of the 2 stars in... Yeah, could be there. There are stars in those sections, though. Man, column G has a lot of X's, but we just can't quite do much with it at the moment. Ooh, B2. Okay. That's a star. Oh, that kills this region. Nice. So that's not a star. Alright, so we get a little further reduction. And notice we've got no stars yet, right? So this is what I mean about difficulty. It really ramps up here. But, I mean, no guesswork, right? We've used logic to get to this point. because of the star in J7 or 8, at most one here, so at least one in the grey part of this thing. Right, in other words, I can't have 2 stars in J1 through 6 because then this region only has a star in I10. So one of grey is a star. Can we make something break? I'll give this a star. Then this section, we can't have stars there or there. And that breaks. Absolutely breaks column H and column G. Yep. Nice. Beautiful. So that is great. That's not a star. That helps a lot, I think. That might give us something now. Ooh. So there's 1 star in grey and either 1 star in I2 or I10. Ah, but let's go back. Yes. Let's go back to... I'll just get rid of this for now. Too many colours could get in the way. Let's go column GH again. Firstly, get rid of all the X's. And now let's consider where the stars can go. 1, 2, 3, and now red has a star. Therefore, that can't be a star, which means that's not a star, which means we have our first star in the grid, and it goes here. And we know the second star in red is here, so that's not a star. Beautiful. That's great. Okay. So there's a star either in G3 or G7. One of these two is a star. And then likewise there's a star in either H3, H7 or H8 to go along with a star in one of these. Ah. Yeah, we can't have 2 stars here, so there's 1 in grey. Can they both be in grey? Yes. Because then both stars in this region could be here. Okay. C3 not star by row 3. Oh, very good. Because then 1, 2, and that breaks this area. So that's not a star. Another X. So remember, there's 2 stars in blue and grey. 1 in grey and then 1 in blue. So we've got 8 cells left in blue. Ooh, yeah. I'm trying a similar thing here. I don't think it's going to work. It's not breaking. Okay, cool. Long chain. Not worth looking at. Row 2 has quite a few X's now. This would be incredibly forcing. It would force that. Forces that. Star there. Star there. Not there. That does work. That definitely works. Yeah, there's a star here. That totally works. Okay. And likewise, for the same reason, that would force the same situation. It totally breaks. Oh, hang on. That one. That one. That one. Oh, this is broken. Wow. Okay, hang on. I don't need to go that far forward for sure. That forces that. Which forces this. Star in grey, so that's not a star. And only room for one, yeah. So actually both of those cells. B1 and B3 break. Bit of a chain. But 2 more X's. How helpful that is, I don't know. That's pretty neato. Well, what about this? Does that break at all? Six options here. That still works. Still seems to work. Okay. I don't think either of these is going to help us necessarily. This forces that. Which forces that. Does that do anything? Grey needs to be a star. That needs to be a star. There's one here. There's one there. That seems to be absolutely fine. One there. Yeah, we've gone too far there now for sure. Okay. One, two, three, 4, 7. Okay, let me try something else. We know about all this. Let's get rid of that for a second. It's a very large area, but let me see if this will help us with anything. So 14 stars. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So there's 2 stars left over there. That's 10 cells. But we know that one of them is here, right? One's in yellow because of the GH logic. So there's a star in one of those 8 red cells. Okay, that nearly gave us something. So that's not leading to anything. Two, 4. So there's, yeah, 2 here. Right, looking at columns ABC. 2 there, that's too large an area. What about this section? Two, 4, 6, 8. 10. Yeah, 12. So we don't learn anything from that. We can't segment that any further. But probably need a few more X's maybe. One of these was a star, but I don't think that can give us much. And there's 3 spots for 2 stars here. Can we force it to break? Well, if we try C1. If we try this. 4. None of those would be stars. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, hang on. So there'd be no stars there. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Nothing there. 1, 2, 3, 4. No stars in there. Does that break it all? Two, 4, 5. We need a star in one of those. Oh, but with the stars there, so those can't be stars. Those can't be stars. This is very long again. Which means we'd get a star here. Star here, so star there. Star does get in I to I10. Most one here, so there is one here. And that breaks. After a very long chain, that breaks column F. Oh! If that's correct. I3 isn't a star. Okay, let's go back and have a look at that then. I'm not sure if that was entirely correct, what I did there. There's a lot of chaining stuff. I'm trying to work out if C2 broke. I'll just highlight it for now to remind myself that I looked at that, but let's see this one. So this one, this one, one, two, three, four. Oh, yeah. We only have one spot here. That's much simpler. Yep, that's a reasonable thing to note. Definitely more gettable. So that's not a star. Down to 3 choices here. Does this break for a similar reason? No, because we can't get... If we can force a second star... Does one of these others force issues with this region as well? This cell's still available. Okay. What about if we eliminate... And these are proper hard puzzles, right? Because there's 3 spots left for stars here. Can we work out which one doesn't have a star? Two, 4, 6. So there's 2 stars there, 1 in grey, 1 in 8 sections in yellow. mean, if this is a star, then one of these four is a star. That's not saying much. Okay. T was going to get it. Something else. A6. That's a star. Then you get. You get. At most one here, so at least one in somewhere else. If it's here, yeah, we've still got one there, right? One here, two here, one in those four cells, one in one of those two cells. What does that do? One, two, three, four. This one, there's definitely one here. In which case, that's a star. They're not stars. That only has room for two, so that's a thing. Means that's a thing. This region only has that. That's a second star. That's a second star. This all seems very fine to me. Except, yep. Yeah, now we break by a long region because we've got 3 stars in that region. Oof. Yeah, that's definitely not the place to be looking. Yeah, that can't be right. This one forces that. Yeah, we just saw that. One in this section. Two stars there. Yeah, we're definitely missing something here. So at least one there. they're both there, means those aren't stars. Which means there's 1 here, 2 here. Three, 4. That's not helpful. In the slightest. Yeah. Not sure now. I think we could be here for quite a while. Yeah, there's 1 star here and then 1 in yellow, right? That star forces that. Which forces all this. You can have 2 stars in this region like that, which forces that. This feels shady that we shouldn't be looking at. So that doesn't help much. This one. That's going to break though. Okay. Right now this region is broken, so that doesn't work. That feels reasonable. Let's go through it one more time. This is a star. Column I is forced. 1, 2 X's, forcing this one here. 2 stars there. This region's forced to have 1 there. Second star there. That's not a star in your break. So that feels reasonable, right? So that's not a star. A little bit more in row 3. There's 1 star. And then likewise, we can probably have a look and see if either of these break, right? J10 or J9. Just, you know, fixing this, right? Ah, that totally breaks. Yeah, interesting. So if I10 is not a star, these 2 are, which forces that. And now you're hopelessly broken in this section here. So I10 must be a star. And that does give us something, I think. Because there's at most 1 here. There's at least 1 here, which means there's no star here. And there's no star here. So we get an elimination. And there's a star here, and then 1 there or there. This one's less helpful. This one, yeah. This one would force quite a bit, but forces that. Forces that. Doesn't lead to anything exciting. Oh, so those are X's, right? There's one here, so a couple of X's. Okay. So now we've got 2 stars there, right? There's one in here, but by logic earlier. One here. So there's 2 stars there. That's not saying terribly much. And now where do we go? Can we force one of these to be wrong? Like that. Or this one. Or this one. I think we're probably nearing the point of probably calling it, right? Because we've bifurcated a few times, you know, sort of missing a trick somewhere, right? I kind of don't want to stare at it for too much longer. Yeah, I mean, I think we're probably all stuck. We've been looking at it for a good amount of time. Made some inroads in recent minutes, but I mean, I've done a lot of colouring, like tried to colour a lot of sections, right? It's just not proving fruitful at this point. So I think, yeah, a couple more minutes, but I think then happy to call it. It's nearly 12:30 here for me, so I'm happy to head off in a bit. I mean, this is genuinely tough, right? Like all the other ones, you know, you could work out in a minute or a couple minutes, right? This is definitely, you know, the next step up. Yeah, you know, because it's a computer generated puzzle, you know, maybe there's just a really difficult step that we don't know the logic for. And if it was, you know, a handcrafted puzzle, maybe it wouldn't be this stuck for this long. But I'm not seeing continuation here. Twelve, 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, it says hard. It definitely says hard. And there are, you know, like longer puzzles, like bigger puzzles. There's 14 squared. Right, 14 squared. There's dailies of 4-star, weeklies of 5, and the monthly 6, and the shapeless, right? So it doesn't even get harder still. So it's tough, right? So I feel like this puzzle, you know, 9 million, whatever, that one's no good. All right, let's just see if we can make quick work of a hard puzzle. And if we can't solve it in like 10 minutes, then we'll probably just end up calling it. So I'm going to do some Xing. That breaks. That breaks. 2 stars there. That breaks there. This breaks because then you need 2 stars here and it breaks this cell. That's not an X, a star. That breaks there. That breaks by inverse logic because 2 stars are here and only 1 goes there. So that's not a star. There's 1 here and 1 here. So those are X's. 1, 1. Stars. Yeah, we got stars quicker this time, right? Star. X. This one can't be a star. It kills this region. This is an interesting situation, right? This little L shape. I've seen that before. Ah, 2 stars. Aha. We got 5 stars on the grid. 6. Look at this. Progress. And now this breaks column I. There's at most 1 here. There's at least 1 here. Star. This now can't be a star, so that's a star. 2 stars there, 2 stars there, 2 stars there. X there. One here and 1 here, Xing. That now breaks here. All right. That was amazing. That solved so fluently. That was star counting at its finest. Oh. And I think on that high note, I am going to finish up. If we try another one, we could be stuck for another hour. But that's the beauty of these sorts of puzzles, right? And that's hard, but it's not insane like the last one, which I think we could look at for ages and not go further without maybe consulting Thomas Snyder or something, right? But yeah, that's amazing, right? That's exactly the kind of puzzle I love. It's just like, oh, that's great, that's great, that's great. So, thanks everyone, amazing. Back next week with Sudokus. And just to remind folks that at some point in the next few weeks, I may not stream one or a couple of weekends, depending. Yeah, a few things will all come to a head at some point with stuff I got going on. Family stuff, so we'll see how that goes. Yeah, probably next week's okay, and then in June sometime, that'll get a bit tricky potentially, but we'll see. I'll try and give people notice if I can. Cool. All right, everyone. Thanks very much. That was awesome. Have fun. Stay safe. Be well. And enjoy the rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are. And I'll see you all next week for Sudokus. And we might actually also then do some Kakuros, which we didn't do today, just to sort of do that. I feel like it's a reasonable thing to do some Kakuro and then go to Sudoku. Yeah, cool. All right, everyone. Thanks very much. See you next time. Check out. Bye for now. Yeah, me too. It's 12:35 a.m. So definitely bed is beckoning for me. Cool. All right. Bye, folks. See you later.